Alright, look, I procrastinated on this video way too long. I meant to have this video out like 2 weeks ago. But anyways, this is my top 10 build locations in the city. I'm going to do top 10s in all the areas, but I figured we'd start in the city. So here they are. I'll tell you guys like basic information like, you know, resources and stuff and how hard they are and whatever. But to be honest, Extinction is really decked out in a lot of building places. So yeah, sit back, relax, and let's just get right into it. Oh, and also, there is no order. There's just preference of what I put them in order. So, yeah. Alright, starting at number 10 of the location is this gorgeous looking little lagoon, little pond area. It's super high up in the city. It's in the northern district of the city. Basic resources, obviously, it's got water, it's got a giant pool. It does have some vegetation, so for some berries and some fiber and stuff. And then it also has trees. Now, depending on where you want to build, you could build your base in the back area, or you can build it in the front area. To be honest, it's up to you. But this is a really nice location. Difficulty, it's way high up in the sky. Alright, number 9 is in the southern location of the city. This area is super high up in the sky once again. However, this area has a very nice flat building area, as well as has a lot of, how'd you say, benches. These benches are good for harvesting element, crystal, and a lot of other things, so that's a plus. And as well as you got a little tree if you wanted to keep that harvesting for wood and thatch. But other than that, there's not really much else to this place. Other than that, it's really high up and it's really nice building area, in my opinion. Alright, number 8 is this little area. This place is located in the north of the city, as well as this was in the official trailer. Fun fact on that. This place has got water, it's got crystal, it has the element for benches and stuff, and as well as this middle tower area has actually a wraparound walkway that can go all the way to the tippity top if you don't have flyers early game to set up a nice little base location. Overall, this entire area is not too bad. You're actually very close to the ground as well. You can, because there's a nice little ramp right there to the left or so of this building that you can go down to the ground. But yeah, I think this is a really nice spot. It's a very big area. It could be a little bit intimidating for a solo person, but for a tribe, definitely a good spot. Alrighty, number 7 is another pool. I'm choosing this place because honestly it's a lot nicer than the other one in my opinion. It's a half circle pool, and as well as this area has a lot more element, meaning the tables tipped over. That actually gives a lot more element than chairs and stuff. As well as this area actually has a lot of wood and plants, but the only downside is, once again, it's very high up in the sky, so it's not a very early game thing unless someone drops you up there and say, hey, there you go, I live up there. No mobs spawn up there either, so it's a relatively safe spot. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. It's a nice spot. It's not a very easy place to get started with, but it is a nice place. Alright, number 6. Now, number 6 is a little bit of a tricky situation, I would say. This is a very gorgeous spot. It's in the west side of the city. And the only negative, I would say, I'm going to get the negative out of the way first, is that it's very close to the wasteland, which has corrupted creatures. But other than that, it's got a very scenery-looking area with the waterfalls, the orbital in the middle, as well as all these vegetation and everything. It's just a very nice looking area to build, and I would love to build here and probably in the season, but I know people would always take it up. But it's a very gorgeous spot, and I think this is a really nice spot to build in. Alright, number 5. Now this place is actually really nice in my opinion. Now this area negatively is in the entrance of the south of the city, and I figured on my server I've seen a lot of stuff comes down here, like the big droid guides as well as the enforcers and stuff. So a lot of stuff piles up down here because it's the deepest part of the city actually. But positive wise, it's got a lot of metal. I think this is one of the most areas that has the most metal. It has lots of stone, it has lots of wood, it also has water obviously, and it's just a really nice area. So if you like to live underground, underneath buildings and such, this is a really nice area, and it has lots of metal. So yeah, this is a really nice spot. Also, you can build a houseboat. Why not? Alright, number 4. Now this place is actually very interesting. I didn't really see a base location for this, but until I started on my server with people playing on it, it's actually a very good place for a very big tribe. The people on my server actually covered everything, got rid of all the trees and everything, and basically made it just a giant box. I mean, let's be honest, that's what most people build anyways, so it's gonna work for you no matter what. Positives, it's got a water. It's on the base ground. It's got trees, wood, stone, you name it. No really metal around everywhere, but it does have a lot of stone and wood, and it also is very close to a hole on the southern part of the wall. So be aware of corrupted creatures. But other than that, it's a very nice spot. So I would 100% highly recommend. Alrighty, number 3. Now this place I specifically picked because it's actually a very big area for a big tribe. You can build up the towers, there's lots of water, there's lots of resources like crystal, even element and stuff, and it's relatively not too high. I mean, there is like some sort of little ramp system that you have to go from the top on downwards, but to be honest, I picked this area because it's flat and it's big. And it's a big area for a big tribe that wants to set up a lot of stuff here and there, and a big base. And obviously, your guys are going to build a big box anyways, so it doesn't matter. But it's a really nice spot in my opinion. Number 2. Of course, I would pick my place that I am actually living on my survival series. Now, I'm going to do this off of my experience. This place is really good. All 4 of these buildings is a really prime example of a really good base top of a building on buildings. And the reason why I'm going to pick this area is, for one, the number 1 reason, passive element dust farming with dodex. I'm not joking. I have gotten so much element dust. Granted, I am on like 4 or 5 times gathering, but still, if you're on official server settings and stuff, passive gathering dust overnight with your dodex is pretty cool. And there's just a lot of it. You can get a lot of dust in this area, and obviously a lot of element is going to be good. There's a terminal right down under. Resources, obviously, there's not much up here. There's no water. You have to go down below if you want water and do some piping and stuff. The trees, but like, let's be honest. You're picking this area for the element if you're going to live in this general area, because there's a lot of element farming, a lot of crystal. And it's a very nice area. Plus, you can combine all 4 of these buildings into one massive base if you wanted to, with tech bridges and zip lines and stuff. I think this is my second or even my most favorite spot on this map right now. Alrighty, so the moment you all been waiting for, the number 1. Now, like I said in the beginning, there is not really a order of any of these. So I'm going to put this as my number 1 spot that I would love to build at, because for one, you are literally on top of the world. That's right, I'm picking the tallest point in the map, which is right here. Now, I'm picking this reason. You can obviously build in the tippity top if you are on a private server and such, but if you're on an official server, I don't know if snap points would allow you to build up there, so that's why I'm not picking the tippity top of this building, but I'm picking this little side corners. There's 2 of them on each side, north and south, and it reminds me of a skydive platform. Now, obviously, there's no resources, there's no water, there's not really that much land, and the only benefit is it's really high up. I really like this area, but it's really not my number 1. This is just an honorable mention. Sorry, I got you. Alrighty, so the main reason why I'm going to pick this area, and basically why I was basically looking at all these areas for this video, is resources. I looked at exactly what areas would have the most and the easiest and the difficulty of getting resources, and quite frankly, this spot is good. It has everything. I'm not even joking. It has wood, stone, thatch, element, water. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. And this just fits in with my criteria of what I was looking for my top base location. It's on the base ground. It does have multiple different floors that you can do. It has a little cubby hole underneath where you can store massively big creatures and stuff. and just quite frankly, it's a very easy place to get to. So this is why I put this as my number 1, but obviously, like I said in the beginning, there's not really a ranking order, but this is kind of the one I would say is the most easiest, and honestly, probably the best for starting out in Extinction, because it just has everything around it. It's literally perfect. Okay, so you're probably wondering, why did I do this list and everything? And quite frankly, like I just said, my criteria for these base location is 1 on location, 2 on resources. Number 2 is a big thing, is on resources, and 3, ease of accessibility to get into that location. So for instance, the first place is the best to get to very early, versus the second place being extremely a little bit harder because you need a flyer. Now, there is a lot more different bases, but this is just my top 10 that I found were criteria fitting in for this video. And if you want to share your own base locations, feel free. You can tweet them to me at my Twitter, which is in the link description as well. It's at GGFizz. And as well as you can just share them on my Discord, because there is so many more base locations in this city. But this was my top 10 that I thought were pretty good for starting out or even doing a massive base build in Extinction. But ladies and gentlemen, that's it. If you guys like this video, leave a thumbs up, a like, share, comment, and hopefully you enjoyed. If you want to join my server, it's free to join. Link in the description down below. It's on my Discord. And anyways, that's it. Love you all. Hopefully you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Bye-bye!